Welcome to this module with Chris Newton, founder of Marketing Help Online. Here's Chris.
There are only three fundamental ways to grow a business, and they are to do things that bring us more customers. Secondly, what can we do to change the average dollar value of a sale? And thirdly, what can we do to increase the number of times our customers purchase from us, let's say in a year? I'd like you to fill in the numbers for your business for those three boxes. The number of customers you've got, the average dollar value of a sale, and the number of times that your clients or customers buy from you in a year. If you do not know these numbers, these vital numbers to the growth of your business, how can you know where you're going if you don't know where you are? Now, obviously, the numbers are going to vary. Number of customers, you might say, well, we get people who spend $60,000 and people who spend $60. Do I count both? Or you might say, well, some people buy 10 times a year and some people buy 2 times a year. You might want to categorize my clients, but put these numbers down. I'll show you as we go why it is absolutely vital that you know these numbers. There's a saying that goes, what we measure, we can manage. And the other side of that coin, of course, is what we don't measure, we can't manage. We talk about conversion factors. Conversion factor is the rate at which we get new inquiries coming into our business and how many of those we turn into sales. How many of you at this moment know the conversion factor for your business? Can I see? Interesting. And 2 people. I'll give you an example of this and the dynamic of it before we go on. A lady who has a business in Western Australia. She's got a travel agency. She said, I want you to write me an ad. Now, if we weren't doing our job, guess what we would have done? Written her an ad. That's exactly what we would have done had we have not been doing our job. However, as we said, Ronnie, before we can do that for you, we need to understand more about your business. We need to understand how your business ticks. We need to understand the strategy that you're trying to achieve with this advertisement. Otherwise, the dollars could be totally wasted. So we sent her a little questionnaire. One of the questions was, what's your conversion factor from inquiries to sales? She wrote in there 80%, 80%. With the experience, I guess, that we've got with working with hundreds of businesses, we thought, this can't be right. And we went back to Ronnie and said, Ronnie, we need you to measure something. For the next 4 weeks, measure the number of people who are coming in and phoning into your business and how many of those inquiries turn into sales. 4 weeks later, she rang us. She was absolutely dumbfounded. She said, my conversion factor is not 80% at all. Her conversion factor of inquiries to sales was 18%, 1/8. You know, by focusing on nothing more than her conversion factor of 18%, by finding ways and means to increase that for her, we took her conversion factor from 18% to 42%, dramatically more than a doubling in sales. What you can measure, you can manage. What you don't measure, you cannot manage. She was focusing on all the wrong things. She had this business resident there waiting to be had. How many of you are thinking, I wonder what I can do to grow my business. I wonder how I can get more custom. And yet, it may be waiting for you because many of the people who are walking into your business or phoning into your business now are not being converted from inquiry to sale. If you were to increase it by 20%, how exciting could that be? By doing nothing more than focusing on the basics. Can you see what I'm about? Most people say, it can't be that easy. It just can't be that easy, and yet it is. We've got to come up with systems to ensure that we maximize the conversion rate. Let me ask you a question. Having seen the simplicity of that, how many of you at this moment, and knowing the things we've talked about so far, genuinely, honestly believe that you could go into a business and at least make some impact on their turnover? Can I see? Who could do that? Wow, look at that. It's nearly 100%. If you can do it for another business, why don't you do it for yourself? It's because we get caught up in the complexity of it all. We think it's too complex, that it's too hard. We don't know where to start. You know, I work till all hours of the night. I can't think about marketing. The greatest potential for your business right now is sitting in your business waiting to happen. It's very, very simply a matter of focusing on these three key areas. And so what if we were to increase through our advertising, our customer base? What if we put in a referral system? What if we could add value to our average dollar value of a sale by simply training our people better and focusing on add-ons and adding value? What if we sent out a newsletter? What if we actually told people we like you and here's a little buyer card? What if we created that privileged buyer philosophy? Just play with the numbers and put in what might be. Be conservative and see what it comes out at. We all look for the hard things, when in fact it's right there waiting for you. Has that been an interesting little exercise?